Hello, I'm Alyson Grange coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show for you, Resurgent Africa. Amid the coups and the crises, there are many positive stories from Africa that often get overlooked, but not on this show. Today we take you to countries around Africa to tell you stories of hope, positivity and innovation, and give you a glimpse into the lives of the people who call this vibrant continent home.
Paris is at the center of global attention. It's currently hosting the ultimate sporting spectacle, the Olympics. The event is not just about athletic prowess, but it also sheds light on untold stories. Stories of those who fall through the cracks. Meet Mary Moraa, the reigning 800-meter world champion. She's in Paris right now, chasing a medal at the Olympics. Moraa is representing Kenya in track and field events, the women's 800-meter race. Her charisma on the tracks has earned her a special title. She is called Kenya's dancing queen. When she clinched the world title in Hungary last August, she broke into a little victory dance the moment she leapt over the finish line. It was that trademark move which gave birth to this title. Her spirited celebration became a memorable moment for fans. But behind those spirited moments lurks a journey of determination and resilience. That cheerful demeanor on court conceals her hidden struggles off it. Her rise to stardom was a dance of its own. She grew up in a place called Kisii. It's in western Kenya. When she was 2, both her parents passed away. Moraa never even knew what her mother looked like. She had no photo of her, no memories. No tangible trace of the person who brought her into this world. All Moraa had was stories others told her. She learnt of her mother only through their words, and through these stories, she discovered that her mother was a runner too.
I heard in the village, people were saying my mother was running, but there was no support. So when I heard people saying that, I was like, I want to learn like my mom.
Inspired by this revelation, Moraa pursued a career in running. It struck her that it was through running she could carry her mother's unseen legacy. As a young girl, Moraa ran 6 kilometers to school each day. The grueling commute was the perfect training ground. It honed her skills, and it acted as the perfect track where she could prepare for her future victories. Her exceptional running even earned her an educational scholarship. But she still had to work on farms to support her family. Moraa would often be told that she runs like her mother. And when she heard those words, every sprint she took was a way to honor her memory. Adding to this fire was someone named Helen Obiri. Moraa had seen the incredible impact of running through the achievements of Obiri, who happens to be a double Olympic 5,000-meter silver medalist from the same village of Kisii. That's how Moraa found someone she wanted to emulate. Today, she is thankful to Obiri. Obiri's influence was personal, as she not only mentored Moraa, but also brought her the first running shoes she ever ran with professionally. Today, she stands at the pinnacle of sporting excellence. Moraa's journey from running to school as a young girl to now becoming an Olympic athlete is a testament to her dedication. Despite her remarkable achievements, Moraa remains conscious about predicting her performance at Paris. Her ambition is to solidify her place among the sports elite, but she acknowledges the unpredictability of the event. Moraa's main focus is to get a podium finish, not strike a gold. As she sets her sight on a medal at the Paris Games, she remains grounded and aware of the challenges ahead. That's because her journey up to this point has been full of obstacles. Some of those obstacles broke her spirit, while some mended it, like during the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, when Moraa was eliminated in the semi-finals, or in 2019, where an early crash left her finishing well outside the top 10. Moraa knows that while she strives for victory, losing remains a possibility. This awareness doesn't weaken her resolve. Instead, the approach keeps her cautious. She understands that every victory or setback is part of her path to getting to shake a leg at the end of races. Age is just a number. You may think it's a cliché, but it stands true for Kenyan marathon runner Eliud Kipchoge. At the age of 39, when most athletes think of slowing down, Kipchoge is eyeing his third Olympic gold medal. If he finishes first, he would be the only human to win 3 consecutive Olympic marathons.
My huge expectation actually is to win Olympics for the third time and make history to be the first human being to win for the third time.
He has already clinched gold in the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics and the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. His victory will rank him above Ethiopian runner Abibi Bikila and Germany's Waldemar Cierpinski. Kipchoge made his stunning international debut in 2003. He won the 5,000-meter World Championship in Paris. He defeated the favourites of that time, Hisham El Guerrouj and Kenenisa Bekele, but that remains his only prize on the track. The legendary runner then made a comeback on the road. In 2018, he broke a world record by 1 minute 18 seconds. He completed his marathon in 2 hours, 1 minute and 39 seconds. He then became the only human being to cover a little over 42.1 kilometers in under 2 hours. He achieved this feat during an unofficial race in Vienna in 2019. In 2022, he broke another world record. Between 2013 and 2021, Kipchoge won 16 out of 20 official marathons. But with the Paris Games, the marathon legend could be heading to what could be his final Olympics. He says he's not thinking about the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles at the moment.
In Kenya or in Africa, we say we don't chase 2 rabbits at a time. You will miss all of them. You chase one. So the rabbit of Olympic Games is what I'm chasing now. After that, I go back to the drawing board, see what's in my bucket list and start again to chase for the next.
However, he also seems far from planning his retirement.
If you can convince me that the moment I'll be crossing the finishing line, then the whole world has become a running wall, then I will retire.
Kipchoge's glorious 2 decades-long career has its roots in his childhood. He grew up in the village of Kapsisiwa in the foothills of Kenya's Rift Valley. He says in his community, running is a common drill, and he always loved running.
I don't run because of money, but I run because I want to perform. Then the other things will come later. But it was a great idea for Coup and all athletics actually to come with the idea of recording the medals from Olympic Games.
He saw steeplechaser Patrick Sang training in his neighborhood when he was young. He then followed in his footsteps. At that time, Kipchoge just wanted to fly to Europe. But as he trained and ran for championships, the lists of his achievements kept getting longer. His journey is an inspiration for many.
We have a lot of talented athletes, and first is to dare to think, to break. Secondly, is to dare to do it. So if all the people actually dare to dream and do it, then they are ready to do it. I have shown them the way.
Irrespective of the 2024 Paris Olympics results, Kipchoge's journey in itself is going to mark a great chapter in history. With a career spanning over 2 decades and with numerous accolades to his credit, the Kenyan runner is a shining star in the annals of Africa's sporting history. On a vast sun-drenched farm nestled in Kenya's Rift Valley, the air is thick with anticipation. Amidst the swaying grass, a veterinarian steadies his hand, eyes fixed on a majestic Rothschild's giraffe. Then, with a soft hiss, a tranquilizer dart flies through the air, finding its mark. The towering animal sways gently, then sinks slowly to the ground. This moment marks the beginning of a delicate and crucial mission undertaken by the Kenya Wildlife Service, where these gentle giants will embark on a journey to their new home. Their destination lies some 140 kilometers to the east in the Ruko Conservancy of Baringo County, and their relocation is part of a long-standing initiative aimed at fostering peace between 2 rival communities, the Pokot and the Ilchamus. In the mid-2000s, wary of the constant conflict and loss, the elders of both communities conceived a bold plan. They decided to bring the Rothschild's giraffes back to an area they once roamed. And the goal was twofold. First, to reintroduce an endangered species to its former habitat, and second, to restore peace through a shared commitment to conservation.
Where we are now today was a battleground for the bandits, and the bandits colonized for quite some time before the elders now started coming in and said we need to do conservation, we need to bring the wildlife as a sign of peace between the two communities, and that is now where they decided to bring Baringo giraffe, which was here initially before the conflict erupted, and forced them to move away.
Kenya, renowned for its spectacular wildlife, has seen giraffe numbers dwindle in recent decades due to poaching and habitat encroachment. Yet, as the giraffes from Surgoit prepare for their journey, there is a palpable sense of hope.
Giraffe, it's a symbol of peace. Whenever they see giraffe, they see peace. So every time we want to increase the number, it shows or it tells us that the peace is prevailing and we need to bring more giraffes.
16 hours later, when the convoy arrives at the reserve, people from both the Pokot and Ilchamus communities gather in joyful celebration. Songs fill the air and feet dance to the rhythm of hope and reconciliation. These giraffes are then eased into a small pen where they will adjust to their new surroundings before being released into the wilds of Ruko. So, as the sun sets over the Rift Valley, casting long shadows over the landscape, the giraffes stand as silent sentinels of a fragile peace. Their presence here is a testament to the power of nature to heal and unite. The Paris 2024 Olympics arena features South Sudan's flag this time. The East African nation's basketball team, Bright Stars, is living its Olympic dream. For South Sudanese athletes, the Olympics are not just about sports. For them, it's an opportunity to show that the country has more to offer than just stories of unrest and violence.
You know, a lot of times that when people think about South Sudan, all they think about is the war and, you know, maybe the genocide in Darfur, or it's always a lot of negative thoughts. But there's a lot of beautiful things about our country, and I think that basketball being something that unites us and something for us all to be proud of, you know, it's something that's really positive.
While the team has players from the US, Australia and Canada, and some of them started their lives in refugee camps, they know little about their country as their parents fled during the Sudan conflict from 1983 to 2005. The misery continued with another catastrophic unrest between 2011 and 2018, marking the longest civil war on record. It killed 400,000 people and displaced millions. South Sudan continues to be plagued with political and ethnic violence, poverty and corruption, along with frequent natural calamities. But these athletes are trying to bury the horrors of the past. They have battled a lack of resources and poor conditions to make their way to the Olympic rank chart. The team's participation in the Games is already a win in itself. It reflects the players' victory over their miseries.
When we play basketball, South Sudan completely stops. All the violence, everybody's tuned into what these young leaders are doing. These are trailblazers of a country. And like I said before, basketball has united. It has given this country hope. It's given this country some healing. It's given this country some inspiration, some motivation.
It also reflects their determination and hard work aligned for a common dream, which is to make their young country proud. They aspire to leave a mark of their nation at an international level.
You know, we know that the fight is not over, and you know it's on us to continue that and continue to show the world, you know, that South Sudan is here. You know, so for us, that's why it's so meaningful. Whenever we put on that jersey, we know that we're not just playing for ourselves, but you know, there's a whole nation, you know, country behind us that, you know, seeing us as a beacon of hope, you know, to change the narrative and, you know, just continue to, you know, bring optimism and positivity, you know, back to the country.
The Olympic medal is not just a professional accolade for these players. The goal is rather personal. Some of them have even put their flourished careers aside to fulfill their duty towards the nation. 27-year-old NBA superstar Wenyan Gabriel is one of them.
The potential in South Sudan is almost unlimited. I mean, even when I went back home for the first time, I went to my hometown in Rumbek and I saw people that are taller than me, 7 feet tall, and they're herding cow, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have the opportunity yet. Even in our country, still to this day, we don't have a single indoor court. So like, that speaks volumes for us to be the best team in Africa right now.
And at the heart of the success of Bright Stars is Luol Deng, a refugee himself. The former Chicago Bulls player and two-time All-Star took over as head of South Sudan's Basketball Federation in 2019. Deng has built this team with his own money. He has managed to gather experienced players like Gabriel and Karlik Jones with a spark of young, promising talent like 17-year-old Kaman Maluach.
Lou and I go way back, and I remember seeing Lou walking to the gym at 14 years old with one pair of shoes and just a dream. And he's seen more, he's done more for so many people.
Bright Stars gained the international spotlight after the Basketball World Cup in August last year. Their journey through the tournament, with 3 victories in 5 matches in the Philippines, opened the doors to the Paris Olympics.
You know, when we first started, you know, we had to compare ourselves, you know, to the African teams here and, you know, just seeing where we stand and what we need to improve, you know, to make it to the top. So when we went to Manila, it was the first time ever, you know, we played against, you know, Puerto Rico, Serbia, you know, China, Philippines. You know, that was the first time ever we're like, how do we actually compare against, you know, the rest of the world?
And they continue to give a spectacle performance. In a warm-up match in London, they nearly delivered a stunning upset to the mighty US team, eventually losing by just 1 point, 101-100. At the Paris Olympics, they defeated Puerto Rico in their first group stage match. Before Bright Stars, only 5 athletes have competed at the Games under the flag of South Sudan. If these bunch of refugees, as Gabriel describes them, manage to get a podium finish, they will script history. The victory will mark one of the rare positive chapters in the history of the youngest nation in the world.
And that's all we have on the show for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to First Post. Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for a future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.